Hey, my wonderful Sagittarius divine masculine placements. Christina here, Ginger Mama, coming at you with your extended month of November Tarotscope. All right, guys, gals, whoever you are, let's start with the fact that divine feminine, divine masculine can be embodied in either of us. We all hold both. Most are imbalanced in one way or another. If you are more avoidant, super obsessed with money, image, sexual energy, you're more in your wounded masculine. If you are overly emotional, anxiously attached, not as stable in your finances, things like that, you are more wounded feminine energy. The goal is for all of us to get to center, okay, and balance out the two. So feel free to watch both. I always encourage people to watch both the divine feminine and the divine masculine. See what resonates more with you. Ideally, we're aligning more with both those energies within us, okay? You can also check out your sun, moon, or rising, or check out if you have a counterpart in separation, their energy, all right? Let's get into it. As I was channeling for you what was coming in, which is why I feel a little bit like serious in this energy, like it was like someone just like partying. Like you're out at a bar, you're taking shots, you're drinking beer, and I'm not, maybe you are, maybe you aren't drinking, maybe you're just, I don't know, smoking weed, whatever you do. But like it's like you're just like, I'm not dealing with this shit. I'm not dealing with it. Yeah, you're like, I don't want to be in a tower moment. I don't care. I'm not gonna walk through past pain. And it's almost still this idea of like you're a victim because somebody stopped nurturing a connection with you. That's how this feels. You're like, well, I don't care, whatever. But you're like mad that this person's not chasing you or wanting to be with you. Maybe you have a feminine energy in your life that set a boundary with you. It doesn't even have to be a lover. It could be a mother or a sister or somebody like that was like, hey, you need to like pull it together. And you were just like, how dare them? How dare them? And you're like, why would they do that? They must be so imbalanced. Maybe you're judging them for their finances or their career right now. It just feels like a lot of deep-seated energy that like you don't even want to acknowledge you're doing, or you're acting like is not a big deal. Like you're just really in your ego right now. But somewhere within you, you need to address, right? And so the Nine of Pentacles reversed and the Empress reversed. Like you might feel like this feminine too is draining you or depleting you. And, fair enough. Like only you know your full truth there. But the Ace of Wands here, it's like this month, I feel like what's coming in for you is a mass awakening of some kind. Ace of Wands can be about multiple awakenings with the leaves. It can also be about a passionate new beginning. This feels almost a little bit more personal, though, for you. Maybe it's with another person. We will see. But let's first get into the astrology, okay, that's going on this month. I know this, I'm posting this a little bit late. It's the 7th today of November, but we're going to review what happened on the 5th as well, because I think that's important. Maybe puts it in perspective what's been going on this month for you. On the 5th, we had Venus and Scorpio opposite Uranus and Taurus, okay? So Scorpio loves to dive head first. Scorpio is like, I need to know. I need intense emotion and passion. Also, we have, I think Mars is retrograde in Scorpio or something like that till December 13th. And again, some energy there of sexual energy really being at the forefront. Like, how do we view sex? How do we view intimacy? Things like that. And I think I said that wrong with the exact astrology line up there, but that's not important right now. That was not what I wanted to get into. That's a separate topic. I'll talk about that on my TikTok page. But either way, this question though, Uranus is still retrograde in Taurus for sure. And that started on August 23rd. It goes through January 22nd. Okay, everybody? And so how we relate to money, how we rethink money and work within partnerships is a big deal. And the question becomes, can we work with those we love? Do we want a connection with someone where we also work with them? Some people will say, absolutely not. We keep that separate. No way. Other people will say, no, those are power couple vibes. Like there's a lot of couples, there's a lot of shows about people doing that. People that are really awoke and aligned within spiritual union oftentimes do embody more of those frequencies of aligning not just on a spiritual level and a sexual level, but also on a financial level. And so for everyone, it's different. The question becomes, what are you manifesting and calling in? And how does that relate with you? Okay, on the 8th, which is tomorrow, after I'm posting this, we have Mercury moving into Scorpio, which is kind of like not as big of a deal, but at the same time, it coincides with the full moon and lunar eclipse in Taurus. Both Scorpio and Taurus are fixed placement energy. And so if you have Scorpio or Taurus placements heavy in your chart, this will also really affect you, Sagittarius. And so understand that Mercury in Scorpio, again, it's that depth. It's like, I want more. I want to really know what's going on. And if you have partners reaching out to you, asking you for more clarity or to define a connection or things like that, and you're not responding, you're not going into that conversation, you're not opening up, then they're about to slam the door on you. Like, they're going to be gone from your life for good. They will. Like, the fact that you think they're going to wait around for you is your ego, is your selfishness. And you need to address that. Like, you're really being called to address that. And so understand that this particular lineup with this eclipse is part of a 3-part series, okay? November 19th, 2020, we had the first one. So what were you doing in November of 2020? Most of us had just come out of the, COVID lockdowns and all of that. And reflect on this, the world here. What new cycle might you have been beginning then? Or when did you meet this person or reconnect? What were you leaving? What was your career like? All of this energy. Many of you are stalled out in your career endeavors through that January 22nd date if you're not being emotionally mature and honest. Emotions, money, sex, time, communication, attention, all of it is equal energy. And if you're hoarding money or hoarding imbalanced sexual energy and you're not giving emotions or giving truth or giving connection or spiritual connection, then the other ones will be depleted. And so you're going to have that tug of war, that friction, and you're going to be like, why can't I move forward with my finances and my career? Why am I struggling financially? Well, that's because you're not giving enough emotionally, okay? I also feel like for some of you, burning incense of some kind, maybe tiger's blood or Palo Santo, sage, like something about you tapping more into your own self might be significant. But yeah, November 19th, 2020, where were you, okay? Because right now it's up for review again. November 8th, 2020, that's happening tomorrow. Coincides with the election here in the US. Taurus energy is generally pretty conservative. That doesn't have to align with a political party, but at the same time, there is an energy of kind of like Page of Swords, like watch and see what happens. Because we also have a Kazemi hitting, and we have Mercury going on in, I believe it's Scorpio. We also have like, it's a lot of energy, you guys. Like, and I'm telling you right now, like pay attention, okay? Because some of this with the, some Aquarius energy in the mix as well is a huge revolutionary change. Like this is like, boom. Also, a lot of us going through our Pluto return, which is Scorpio energy. I mean, this is boom. The country is as well. So what big ideas, what big things might we see come up in the news media, in the election itself and things like that? So, maybe stay tuned for that. Maybe see, hey, is this aligned at all with like what's occurring? You know what I mean? For those of you that kind of are like, I don't know if I really buy this shit. Well, maybe check it out. See what's going on. See how you feel. Have your political views shifted? Things like that, right? October 28th, 2023 will be the culmination of this cycle. And that does not mean you can wait, by the way. 4 of Cups. I know many of you are like, oh, then I'll just wait. I don't have to do anything now. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's going to get harder and harder on you. It's going to get harder and harder. This is about taking action now to be fully aligned by then, ideally. But I do think many of you are just apathetic to like a spiritual journey. You're just like, I don't know. Why am I even watching this? I guess maybe it's kind of there, but I don't want to do the work. I don't know, God. Maybe you're also just looking to the past. You're just like, it never worked in the past. Why would it work now? Okay. Okay. You guys are really fun. Come on. Come on. It's an earthquake. That's what's going on the 8th. 9th, right around then. By the way, the 11th, I didn't even talk about this with my Scorpio readings. We have the 11-11 portal. Huge deal. Especially if you have a twin flame connection. This is it. Where are you going to go? Where are you going to go? You going all in? You going all out? You got to make a choice. You can't. It's almost like someone spread over like an earthquake. Like you're going to fall down the middle if you don't pick a side. Train's going off outside. You cannot wait for action. You must become the action. If you're not taking action, you will become more depressed, more energetically drained, weaker, more anxious, all of it. You'll be out partying and drinking more and more upset. And your life's just going to continue to, you're going to be like, I don't understand. Why does this keep happening? Well, you're not maturing. You're not growing up. Sorry. But that's why. It doesn't mean you can't party sometimes. It doesn't mean you can't have some fun. But my goodness, like what's the duality and balance here, everybody? The last thing I want to say about this energy on the 8th is it still recording? Okay, good. Sorry. It just said, by the way, my screen just popped up and said something had crashed. It's not important, but this is my point. You're about to crash landing this month, by the end of the month. If you do not do the work around this full moon to get really serious with yourself, go inward, maybe really address yourself. Am I out there too much? Am I drinking too much? Am I this or that? If you do not figure it out, you're going to be, look at this, 10 of Swords, really uncomfortable. You're going to be feeling like shit. I mean, this person's dead. I'm not trying to be whatever, but like, have you betrayed people? Have you manipulated them? Have you used them? Have you said one thing and done another? Have you not made amends with that or taken accountability for that? Have you screwed over feminine energy? You might really want to check in, okay? Because right now what the universe is asking you is to bring justice. And by the way, I don't care if it's a mother, sister, lover, whatever. If you're not appreciating what you have in your life, Source is about to pull it from you. Straight up. If you're not showing gratitude for the little things, oh my gosh, I have a bed. Oh my gosh, I have clean water. Oh, I have that one friend that's always there for me. If you're just like, oh yeah, they're always there for me. They're always there for me. Whatever. I don't have to talk to them. I'll talk to them in 6 months. Like, yeah, I'm sorry, you're a piece of shit. Like, I'm not trying to be saucy here, but like really reflect on this. 4 of Swords. Really lay down and ask yourself, what do people give to me? Do they invite you everywhere, right? And they have the parties and they do the things and then you just disappear and you never reach out to them. You never invite them anywhere, do you? You don't make plans with them. You believe that everybody should reach out to you and want to be your best friend, but like, what do you do as a friend in return? How do people really view you? Do they view you as just drunk and partying and like, maybe like slutty or like playboy, playgirl energy? I mean, really, I'm not trying to be cruel, Sagittarius, but like there's something here. Look at this, said again. You're going to have an awakening about how imbalanced something is. Because I feel like you're outward projecting on what other people are doing without looking in the mirror. And the universe is like, get away from other people and go look yourself in the mirror and be honest with yourself. Take accountability for it. Cry, shake, journal, write. Ask the universe to release you of this. Because it feels really toxic in this energy. It really does. So I just, eclipses can reveal and conceal what's occurring. And I feel like you're being asked to do that with yourself. What are you not looking at? It's like you look at certain things about you and you're like, yeah, I kind of healed that one thing. But like, are you really looking at you is the question. And so, you know, it's fascinating. All right, so 22nd, we hit Sagittarius season. Hopefully, if you've been doing the work all month, you're going to be feeling a little bit better by then, okay? Especially the 23rd, we have the new moon. If you're not doing the work, you're going to feel worse. That's normally how this works. Also, sometimes if you're new to a spiritual awakening journey, the first year when it's your sun, moon, and rising, potentially Venus placement, you're really kicked on those astrology signs, okay? Or if you're tied to someone who has similar placements. So pay attention to that energy, okay? New moon is a great time to manifest right now. But many of you, it's like you're not wanting to take a risk on something. 3 of Pentacles reversed. I don't know if it's financial. It could be. It could also be like on love and you're just asking everybody else's opinions. You're also being called not to take a freaking risk on any third-party energy, okay? Like, surrender that. Give that up. Be like, why am I so obsessed with sexual energy? Go inward. Talk about processing and channeling this. Like, not talk about it, but think about processing and channeling this on your own, on feeling it. What do I want a close, beautiful sexual relationship to look like? Can that be kinky and fun and passionate, but can it also be really tapped in emotionally? Can I equally give and can I equally surrender? Ask yourself that, because if you're in a connection where like, you know, you really love someone, you're just as excited to give as you are to receive. And if you're someone like, no, I just do this or I do that, it's performative, then like you're lying to yourself. You're not really, maybe you're getting off, great, but you're not really tapped in with how highly evolved sexual energy can go. It's the most powerful energy you could share with another human. And you really got to ask yourself, if I really want to get to that level of like sex that's never occurred for me in my life, like I better pull back, harness my sexual energy, get clear about what I want. And by the way, this is at least 6 to 8 weeks of like no sex with anybody else. That's generally what occurs for you to really unlock those chakras. And that's up to you. I'm not telling you what to do. If you're happy in what you're doing, do it. Okay? On the 29th, we have Mercury in Sagittarius opposite Mars in Gemini. So Mercury in Sagittarius, that's you. Fiery, chatty, you're ready to go, but you're mutable. So you're not going to burn too much, let's hope, you know. But that Mars in Gemini, Mars is about aggression, sexual energy. So again, Gemini can be very Jekyll and Hyde. It could be very this or that, right? But in a healed Gemini energy, it can be very higher self and anchored into the lower realms, like, or not lower realms, but like the earthly plane, 3D and 5D balance, okay? Duality, which is what we want to see occur. So ask yourself, if you're communicating with someone else or they're communicating with you, is this very manipulative, twisted, old energy? Or is this something new that I need to engage with, okay? Because many of you right now, you think you have a new cycle and you need to make one, but you keep, the person you think it is not who it is. 3 of Cups here. It's not your happily ever after, or you're not letting go of a third party, or you're not clearing the energy from a past connection. I feel like that's more what it is. Maybe you broke it off with them, but you're not really purging that energy and pushing it back. And so work to accomplish that right now. Temperance, have patience with yourself, and really ask yourself, who's been patient with you? Who do you really want to keep in your life right now? And who do you want to get rid of? Because some of you, it's like, like that light, like you're just confused. You're like, you're confused because you're not going inward. You're not pulling away to figure it out. So that's up to you. But we also have a sextile occurring with Saturn in Aquarius, and that's about progress. So you're going to have progress within your connections, within your spiritual awakening, if you were doing the work. By the end of the month on the 29th, you're going to be like, okay, I feel a breakthrough that occurred over the last few weeks. But if you didn't do the work, you're going to feel the opposite of that. You're going to feel like you slid backwards. So it's up to you. You make the choice. 2 of Swords. That's the thing. You have free will. No one's forcing you to do this but you. I mean, this is up to you. If you want to just party it up and that's the life you want to lead, go for it. If you want to level up, that's up to you. Let's pull a Moon Oracle card. Show the world the real you. Full Moon in Aquarius. I think so many people right now are so afraid to really show the world who they really are. They're like, no, if I'm honest about what I really want to wear or eat or be or do or how I want to work or the relationships I want, like what are you doing? You're living your life then to please some higher unspoken construct. Like, you're never going to be happy in that then. You're never going to be happy in that. Look at the bigger picture. Yeah, can you look at the bigger picture? The collective awareness that's occurring right now. That it's not just about you. Can you go inward and ask yourself, okay, how am I tied to all these people, places, and things? What's the purpose here? How do I need to re-engage with others? How do I need to support others right now? Have they been supporting me and I've not been equally giving back? So I hope that helps you, Sagittarius. I love you. I don't ever want to be, too direct, but at the same time, sometimes we need to hear direct things in order to recognize what's going on, okay, in order to heal. So link in, well, there's not a bio here, but like my website is gingermama.com with 3 A's. If you'd like a personal reading, happy to help any of you out. My TikTok is gingermama with the 3 A's. I also am locked out of that account temporarily, so I have a new account, KGUTKNEC for now. And you can find me on Instagram as Ginger Mama. So I'll see you next month, Sagittarius. Bye.